I am so excited for this duology just because I love the Shepherd King duology by this author, and I have high hopes and I'm super excited to read both of these. And like I said, it comes out in September, and I feel like that's going to be like a perfect fall vibes, maybe even spooky season kind of in October. Hey to all my book lovers and fellow book dragons. If you're new here, hi, my name is Meredith and welcome to my channel. Oh, I've been doing so good with that and I just messed up, but that's all right. Welcome to my channel where we like to talk about all things books. I love all kinds of different genres, but my most favorite is fantasy. And on today's video, I'm super excited. I have been dying to talk to you guys about duologies. I want to talk about duologies that I've read that this always happens to me where I can't talk. Duologies that I've read that I can recommend to you guys, and duologies that I want to read, and then duologies that I want to read that are going to be completed this year. I'm excited, and I've been trying to figure out how I've wanted to come across about this certain topic because I want to do reading vlogs with duologies. And so I've just been kind of playing in my head, thinking about how would I talk about all of this and bring this about. And this might end up just becoming like a thing occasionally where we talk about, and I recommend duologies as I complete them later on, further down the line, when I have more duologies that I can recommend, and it can just become like a series that we occasionally do. And then of course there'll be duologies continuing. This doesn't even scratch the surface. So I have a notebook, my handy dandy notebook, to talk about all the books that I want to talk about today. Three of them in each subject. I'm just like, what's that saying? Like riding a dead horse? Running a dead horse? I don't even know. Running a rabbit, maybe? Anyway, 333. So 369. I just wanted to make it even because of my crazy obsessiveness. So I guess that's it for my intro. I think that's all I need to say. Yeah. Let's just get into it because I don't even know. I don't even know what else I want to say to you guys. So carry on. And the first trilogy that we're going to talk about it's actually a series with interconnected duologies, and it's by Carissa Broadbent. The Serpent and the Wings of Night and the Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. This is a vampire romantasy, games and trials, enemies to lovers. It took me a minute to remember what I was going to say. Enemies to lovers. This was a fun read. I enjoyed both of these books. I do not specifically remember. I think I rated the second book. I think the second book's not as popular, but I enjoyed the second book. I enjoyed both books. I just enjoyed the FMC and the MMC. Just their story and their trials together. Obviously, they're supposed to be enemies and they're supposed to battle each other in these trials to the death. So one of them's supposed to win. But then the ending is so good in my opinion, it carries over into the second book. I feel like it brings back some yearning and some angst and some tension, which I enjoy in reading romantasy and fantasy. So I enjoyed the second book. I do think I'd have to go back and look at my ratings. I'm pretty sure I gave the first book 5 stars and the second book 4.5, I think. It might have been 4 stars. Anyway, either way, I enjoyed this duology. I have not continued the series, so I am not sure if I'm going to like the other duologies. I know a lot of people, it's hit or miss, I believe. A lot of people don't like the duologies, but I enjoyed this duology. I highly recommend it, especially if you love vampires and you love games and trials. It's definitely a fun read, and I rated this duology 4 stars. Okay, I do that a lot. I say so a lot. Okay, so anyway, I need to figure out how not to do that all the time in absolutely everything that I say. The second duology that I would recommend is the Shepherd King duology by Rachel Gillig. This is a dark fantasy romance. It has amazing world building, an amazing magic system. It's such a beautiful story, and I absolutely love the characters. The growth of these characters from the first book to the second book. I love the FMC, and I don't know if this is a spoiler because I don't remember what the synopsis says, but there's things going on with the FMC with her magic that I really enjoy in both books. I know that the second book's not always people's favorite, but I absolutely loved the second book. I thought it was beautiful. I actually liked the second book more than I liked the first book, and I liked the different POVs that we got and just the overall how this duology ended and how everything came together at the end. So this is also a 4-star duology for me, and I highly recommend this duology. The third do I say duology or duology? Does that matter? Duology? The third duology, I don't know. What do you guys say? The third duology that I would recommend is the Scorched Throne duology by Sarah Hashem. This is an enemies to lovers romantasy, Egyptian romantasy. There is lots of plot in this duology, tons of political intrigue, war. Sorry, like I lost my train of thought. I do that a lot. Anyway, there's a lot of political intrigue and war, and the magic system is immaculate. The character growth, it's definitely a true enemies to lovers. I will say I felt a little rushed, not so much rushed. I just felt kind of disappointed in how at the end of the first book, I felt like our characters ended up together, but also, and I think the author did this on purpose, because you see more of the MMC and why he is the way he is. Like, he just seems so distant. Like, you don't get a real good read off of him in the first book with how he feels towards the FMC, which is, obviously that's how it was meant to be. And in the second book, we totally get his POV, why he is the way he is, and everything comes together beautifully. The ending was a little, I like the ending. It was satisfying, but also at the same time, you kind of have to come to your own conclusions with the ending. But it was definitely a beautiful story. It was amazing world building. It's definitely a book you need to take your time with and really soak in what's going on. But I highly recommend this duology, and I rated this duology 4 stars. Now we're gonna get to the fun stuff. We're gonna talk about books that I am dying to read. I have not read neither the first book or the second book in the duology, because I want to read these books back to back to get the full just enjoyment, the full story, so that I don't have to like try to remember things or wait for something to happen. And just, especially if the first book and there's like a big bombshell at the end, and I can just pick up the next book and I can keep on going. And I want, my goal for my YouTube channel, I want to do reading vlogs, in-depth, spoiler. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about what I think might happen. Just in-depth reading vlogs about duologies. That's one thing that I want to start doing. And so this is kind of like the idea of the things that I want to read with you guys along the way. Am I going to get to all of these this year? No, definitely not. There's just not enough time in the day to do all of this. And I'm still learning how to do reading vlogs. So bear with me until I can get to that point. But anyway, let's get into it and let's talk about the duologies that are already completed that I am looking forward to reading. All right, so I'm probably gonna have to look down at my notebook because these are newer to me books that I don't know much about, and I do not specifically remember the titles and who these authors are. So the first duology that I am excited to read that is already completed is the Fire and Metal duology by Rachel Schneider. So that's Metal Slinger and Light Wielder, which I'm pretty sure Light Wielder just came out this summer, if I'm correct. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I want to read this because people recommend it and it's just all over booktube. So I have FOMO and I want to read this. But I wrote, this is an enemies to lovers fantasy with magic and an FMC training to be a guard within her people. She runs into an enemy soldier who claims she's someone else, opening doors to a whole new world to our FMC. So kind of your basic, you know, similar tropes, enemies to lovers, magics. She's probably some secret something and an enemy captures her, wants to take her back and let her know her true identity. That's the vibes I'm getting. Now, is that exactly what's going to happen? I have no idea what's going to happen. I know nothing. I have not listened. I will be reading these books without any influence. I have no idea if these are popular per se. I've just had some booktubers that I watch and they've recommended, I think maybe Goodreads recommended this to me when Metal Slinger came out. I'm really not sure. So you'll get my real authentic whatever I decide to feel about these books. So that's all I have to say. So the next duology that is already completed, I think maybe this one got completed this year too, but I'm really not sure, that I'm super excited to I hope I can read this year, but probably not. It's maybe, we'll see. The Mage series by, who is this by? The Siren Mage series by Kaylee Cassidy. So this is In the Veins of the Drowning and In the Wake of the Ruined. So this is a romantasy. This was recommended by a girl that I love watching her YouTube recommendations. She's a all things romantasy, fantasy girly, and I just enjoy watching her YouTube videos. And so all I know is that this is about mermaids. Like, say less. I will definitely be reading this just because it's about mermaids, and I am hoping that it's going to be super good. She definitely recommended it, so I'm not sure about the second book though. I don't know if she'd ever read the second book, but I know she liked the first book, and so I am definitely excited to read this duology. The third duology that is already completed that I want to read is the Frost and Nectar duology by C.N. Crawford. Frost being the first book, and Ambrosia, I think that's how you say it, is the second in this duology. So initially, this popped up on my Hoopla account, which if you do not know what Hoopla is a free account, a free app that you can download onto your phone connected to your library card with your public library. And it allows you to download and read ebooks and listen to audiobooks. The Libby app is also another free account that you can download an app onto your phone and listen and read books. But Hoopla does more of the audiobooks. I'm pretty sure you can do audiobooks on Libby as well, but I've only ever done audiobooks on Hoopla. So anyway, this was recommended as a duo narrative audiobooks on Hoopla. And so I just kind of put it on my little Hoopla account, favorited it to go back and check it out later. Well, then, as I said earlier, with one of my favorite fantasy romantasy girlies who recommend books on booktube, she talked about this duology, and she said that it was a true slow burn, and that's all I needed to hear, and I want to read it because I love a good slow burn. All I know is that this is about fae, and it's a romantasy, and it's a slow burn, and I'm super excited to read this duology and take you along with me on that. Now we're going to talk about 3 duologies that are not yet completed that I at some point would like to read. All of these actually get completed this year, so I could possibly read them as they're completed. We'll see if that happens. But the first duology that I want to talk about, I can't remember, is The Edge of Glass duology by Brittany Arena. So A Dance of Lies. And then the second book that is coming out August 4th of this year is called To Dance with Death. This is an enemies to lovers dancer turned spy between kingdoms. I just think that the synopsis of the first book just sounded so great, and I am excited to read this and see what this is all about. I apologize if you hear my children. They're literally just playing and being silly. So that's all I have to say. Just a little, I try to edit all the rough housing out, but it doesn't always happen. So anyway, so the second duology I am super excited for is the Stonewater Kingdom duology. Is that what that's called? Yes, by Rachel Gillig. So this is A Night in the Moth, and then the second book comes out September 1st, 2026, The Knave and the Moon. I am so excited for this duology just because I love the Shepherd King duology by this author, and I have high hopes, and I'm super excited to read both of these. And like I said, it comes out in September, and I feel like that's going to be like a perfect fall vibes, maybe even spooky season kind of in October. But this one is definitely a goal I want to read and complete and vlog this duology this year. So will that happen? I hope so. We will see. The last duology that I want to talk about in this video is called The Heir duology by Saba Tahir. This is a young adult. What is The Heir is the first one in Empire, which comes out September 22nd of this year. This is a young adult dark fantasy. This is in the same world as her series, what's The Empire, what is it called? I'll pop the book up. I literally was thinking about it the other day. Oh my goodness. I'll pop the book up. But this is connected to this series. I have not the Ember and the Ashes. Is that what the book? The Ember and the Ashes. Maybe that's what it's called. I could be totally wrong. I'm going to pop the book up on the screen so you'll know what I'm talking about. But I have not read this series yet, and this is definitely on my TBR. So obviously I want to read that before I read this duology, because they say, like, yes, you can read this duology and not read the series, but if you are the type of person to want to have all that world building and to pick up on some Easter eggs that the author may put into these extra stories from different, same universe world, but just different people altogether, then you should definitely read the series before you read this duology. Okay, so that is it for the duologies that I recommend, the duologies that are completed that I want to read, and the duologies that are going to be completed by this year that I am hoping to read or read eventually at some point. There's so many books I want to read. Like, it's impossible to decide where to even start. And yeah, so I don't know if I have so much energy. I've just been so excited to do this video and wanted to talk to you guys about books. So if you've gotten this far in this video, then we're going to talk about, like, when I'm recording this, we are halfway through July. So my reading so far for this month has been, I've completed 3 books. And I feel like that is a big accomplishment, because one book was like almost 600 pages, and then I just finished The Bone Season, which was 450 pages. So they've been kind of thicker books, but I'm just like kind of not really freaking out, but freaking out because I haven't even started my TBR, which I'm telling myself that that's okay because I'm reading books, so that's all that matters. And my TBR is just like a fun, I'll get to it. And it's just a suggestion. It's not something that I absolutely have to do, but I really, really wanted to read Duskbound. Will we get to that? Maybe. We'll see. Because now I'm about to read The Cruel Prince and the Folk of the Air trilogy because I want to, for one, I got the book from the library and I have to read these books before they're due back, obviously, because some of the books that I read are like super popular and then there's people waiting for these books and I can't get them renewed, and you already have these books for 3 weeks and I'm like, there's no excuse except that I'm a mom of 4 and I'm just crazy busy. So I wonder if you can hear the big banging noises. Anyway, so I'm about to start that trilogy and I'm so excited to vlog it because I just think it'll be fun to bring you along on that journey with me as I read the Folk of the Air trilogy in real time for the first time. So that is what's next. And then I have to do my summer reading vlog. I've literally only read 1 book out of those 5. And I do have 1 Summer Fridays from the library. I think I have 5 books from the library. 4, 5, 6. I have 6. And I've read 2 out of the 6. So that's 4 books that I need to read. One of these is actually part of my TBR. So I will read at least 1 book from my TBR. And then these other books, I've already read this one, The Bone Season. Like I said, The Cruel Prince, I don't feel like this is going to take me long. I could be wrong. But how many? It's 370 pages. So it's less than 400 pages. I'm really hoping I'm going to enjoy this. I really truly believe I'm going to enjoy it, especially with the vibes and the mood that I've been in with the type of books that I want to read right now. So I really think I'm going to enjoy reading this right now, but I haven't even started yet. So that is today's Friday, and I don't think we're doing anything this weekend. So I should be able to read and get this done through the weekend. And then I have all these other books to read. So this one, and I'm just talking now. This one is on my TBR. I think and believe I'm absolutely gonna love this one. This is 478. So it's almost 500 pages. The words are big though. So maybe it won't take me long to read it, but I don't know. We shall see. Because I need to read some summer books. I need to get at least 2 done this month for that reading vlog. This one, I don't know if it's going to take long or not. It's like 400. Is this part of? Yeah. 400 pages. I don't know. I might be in the mood to read this. I haven't been in the mood for a romance because the romances that I've read are just like, the contemporary romances just haven't done it for me. But this one might. I hope this one's going to be good. So anyway, that's where my head is at right now, currently, with reading and all the things that I need to do. So that's that. I have decided, I'm trying to figure out with my channel. So my kids have about a month. They have a month before they go back to school. I know that I'm about to be crazy busy getting everything set up. When August starts, like school shopping, clothes, shoes, getting everyone back into a school routine, lunches, all that kind of stuff's gonna have to start getting back to a normalcy. So I'm nervous. I'm kind of nervous about what that's gonna look like with my reading and with my YouTube channel, because obviously this is like, I've just started this. I don't know exactly how I'm going to balance it all yet, but I have been doing 2 videos a week, but I just, at the moment, I don't have enough content to continue to do that twice a week. Ideally, eventually, I'm hoping that I'm going to start having so many reading vlogs that I can just have like a regular video, like recommendations, TBRs, reading wrap-ups on Tuesdays, and then reading vlogs on Thursdays. That's ideally what I want to do eventually. But right now, I don't have enough content to keep that going, to post that as much as I want to. So I might start trying to do a couple of shorts, a long form video and then a short on Thursdays. So right now I think my long form videos are going to be posting on Tuesdays. That's kind of where my head is at right now with all of that. So these are just some thoughts that I've been thinking about with my reading and with my YouTube channel and my goals for my channel. And so if you made it this far, then thank you so much for listening to me jabber about the things that are going on in my head. So anyway, I guess that's it. We talked about the duologies, talked about books. Hopefully when I get back on here with my reading wrap up, I will have more books to talk about because yeah, I'm just like, how am I going to read all this? And it's supposed to be fun, and it is fun. It is definitely fun. And it's not that I'm not having fun with it. I can be so obsessive when I want things done and need things. Like, I'm such a type A person, lists and order and doing things that, yeah, I'm just a little crazy in that aspect, but that's okay because that's just who I am, and that's the way the Lord made me. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you like videos like this, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel to see more videos in the future, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next one. I love you guys. Bye.